Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joey G. From look at that, Missy Hyatt. She is hot, ain't she? Look at her. Ooh, I got her on my phone. I tell people that don't know who she is that she's my MILF. Even some girl I'm messing with, I tell her that, she's just a friend of mine. I'm sorry, Lana. You believe that? I have a booty call, Lana. Isn't that weird? And but she don't have blonde hair like Lana on WWE. She has black hair. But that's like my booty. I don't love her, but she is my friend. I'll put it that way. My friend with Benny's. So whatever. I mean, if you had something like this, look at me. Look at the stance I'm in. I'm not gloating, but when you look like this, when you basically do what you want, when you want, to whoever you want, you're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You're pretty damn good, and I am that good, Straight up, I am that good. And just promote my show for tomorrow. Me and Danny Mac going to be putting a good one on. Something happens to his chain, Chico. Something going to happen to you. Remember Razor Ramon used to do that? Scott Hall, the click for life. But tomorrow's show is going to be on how to fix the WWE, because the WWE is in the fucking toilet right now. The only reason I'm really not even really looking forward to SmackDown tonight, but it's the last SmackDown's going to be on Friday night. When did it debut on Friday night? I don't think, was Cena there when it was on Friday night? Cena left in June of 2005, and that's when Batista came in, because Cena came on Raw, and Cena and Batista were on Raw together. Because the world champion and the WWE champion, remember Jericho said it, we have two champions on both shows. And Jericho, of course, always has the chime. Last time there was two champions, meaning Stone Cold and The Rock, I beat them both. And if Jericho could beat Stone Cold and The Rock, he definitely could beat John Cena, I'll tell you that. What do you call it? And I don't think Batista would be that much harder either, Yeah, if you look back at Batista's career, Batista's the man. He's definitely a future Hall of Famer. And mainly, I'm doing a lot of, I'm only doing about 5-6 minutes, but Batista, he's coming back. Daniel Bryan's coming back, and, that sucks for Batista, because that's going to take away from his coming back. And they're both coming back around the same time, Survivor Series. And that's going to, if you look like Dave Batista, Dave, a lot of people say, well, Dave Batista is this, he's that. Listen, when you're Dave Batista, when you look like Dave Batista, I just saw something the other day, on TMZ, on things on the internet, that Dave Batista is going to be bigger than Dwayne Johnson. That's pretty big. Now, in wrestling, no. You know what I mean? The Rock, wasn't for The Rock. Like I always said, Shawn Michaels is the main guy, I think, that took that WWE over, that beat WCW. But he had a lot of good supporting casts. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin was like his number one supporting actor. Say if it was a movie, he was his number one supporting actor. Shawn Michaels' face sold the attitude. Like Paul Heyman said that to Vince McMahon one time in the ring during that Invasion fake shit, when WCW and ECW, and Stephanie McMahon was the general manager of ECW, and Shane O'Mac was the owner of WCW, and Paul Heyman was in the middle, and he was the voice of the Alliance on Raw and SmackDown. Paul Heyman's a good play-by-play guy. Really. I remember he did WrestleMania 17. That's the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and I know a lot of you people out there think that. That's the great, from William Regal and Jericho to, remember what were they, the FOC or the FCC when Steven Richards, he's from Philly. His name's Mikey something. I know it ain't Mikey Manson, but Mikey something. He's from Port Richmond. And he knew a couple of my buddies, Norm Scott, God rest his soul, you know what I mean? He knew a couple of my friends, Billy Anderson, God rest his soul, you know what I mean? But, that was good. That WrestleMania was just great. I remember Bradshaw's the acolytes. He gave, I think it was, might have been Bull Buchanan, yeah. And he gave him that clothesline from hell. Bull Buchanan went bang, 1, 2, 3. And it was the first dome show, WrestleMania. That was WrestleMania 17. That was the first dome show they did outside. A dome's like outside. Just you got the big roof. You know what I mean? That was WrestleMania 17 in the Astrodome. That's now knocked down. WrestleMania 25 was in Houston, which my buddy Buddha and H. Diesel went to, but that was at Reliance Stadium, the new stadium where the Houston Texans play. This was the old Astrodome where Nolan Ryan pitched. You know what I mean? As the Houston Astro. But by far, and with Austin turning heel at the end of the night, it wasn't the best thing to come, but at that pay-per-view, that was a great ending to that pay-per-view. I knew something was going to happen right when the referee said, in this match, there will be no disqualification. And JR said, no disqualification? When did that happen? I guess William Regal made it that way because Regal was the commissioner then. And he also fought, like I said, in the first match that night against Jericho. And who would think a year later, WrestleMania 18, Jericho main evented it. And he did. I mean, Hogan and The Rock were the real main event, but Jericho and Triple H went on last, and I don't care what you say. Whoever goes on last is the main event. And that's the bottom line. You go on last, you're the main event. I don't care who wrestles. You go on last, you're the last match. When the people leave, they're going to be thinking about your match. Because you were the last match. They might think about matches during the evening and matches that stole the show, but no matter what, that last match, even when Taker fought HBK at WrestleMania 25, like HD's own Buddha went to it. And they said, you know, they kind of could, because they had that match, and after that, they had the world title match, which was John Cena. Was he the world champion? No, Edge was the world champion, defending against the Big Show and John Cena. This is WrestleMania 25 in Houston, Texas. This is the Reliance Stadium. And then the WWE title match, Randy Orton versus Triple H. Triple H is the WWE champion. And like what I didn't get about that is how many times do we see Triple H and Randy Orton fight? I mean, and wrestle. I mean, at Unforgivens, at No Mercies. I mean, at like little pay-per-views. Not even big name pay-per-views. And they did quite a big name pay-per-views too. You know what I mean? I mean, the Royal Rumble, 2005. I mean, Unforgiven, 2004. I can name a million of them. How many Raws, how many SmackDowns did they go one-on-one, you know? I mean, it was unbelievable. You know what I mean? Well, the thing was, you know, when they kicked Orton out of Evolution after he won the world title 2004 SummerSlam in Toronto, which was great. I remember I was watching it here that night. That was 10 years ago. And I jumped up, my head hit the ceiling on the bed. And I jumped up when he RKO'd back. Because I really didn't think Orton was going to win the title. He was an Evolution. He was Triple H's boy. I was like, but he won. That was good. That's good creative. Nowadays, you wouldn't see that. You would see Benoit win. You know what I mean? But, you know, Benoit's a murderer, so I don't really like bringing him up. He's a murderer. He killed a kid. He killed his woman. I don't care what anybody says. Chris Benoit is a murderer. Straight up, he is. He's a murderer. I mean, you can't be a man and take yourself out. You got to be a pussy and take your wife out and take a little kid out. That's a bitch, man. And that's for the whole Benoit family. Not Nancy, not woman, and not little Daniel. I'm talking about that. Chris Benoit's brothers. Anybody think that he's innocent? I want to cry. Oh, Chris took his own life. Chris was a man. Chris would have took his own life and left his wife and his kid alone. Now, there's rumors that Kevin Sullivan had something to do. Listen, Kevin Sullivan's an evil motherfucker. I've seen Kevin Sullivan, and I mean, like a lot of satanic things. I mean, his gimmicks were weird. If you remember what was it? The Dark Angel, the Angel of Darkness. I mean, he had some weird name. A woman, Nancy, Chris Benoit's wife. Well, that all started because it was behind siege on the Nitro. If you can remember, Nitro 96, right when the NWO was coming in. That's when Nitro was hot. That's when I was like watching WCW. I was watching WWE. WWE was still my favorite, you know? But just WCW was better at that time. You had the NWO storyline going on, but then you had this storyline with woman that everybody knew that she was married to Kevin Sullivan, but she was managing Ric Flair, and she was with Elizabeth and Deborah McMichael, because Steve McMichael, you know, hit Kevin Green with the briefcase, and he was with the Four Horsemen. So, you know, the Horsemen were back together, and then you could tell, like, Benoit and Nancy, woman, you know, they weren't married yet. I mean, but they were having words, and behind the scenes, I think it was early 97, and Kevin Sullivan said to Benoit after, you know, they were separated, Nancy and Kevin, and, you know, I think Benoit and Nancy were ready to get married, I think 97, I think that summer, and Sullivan said to Benoit, I'm going to kill you. One day I'm going to kill you. And there's rumors that he is a satanic. I mean, there's things on YouTube, but a lot of it was his character, like the Dungeon of Doom. There was Zodiac. I mean, the real Zodiac was a real horrific fucking serial killer, right? Am I right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Dungeon of Doom was some weird shit. Like that dude that was his pop was some evil shit. Kevin Sullivan, I think, was a genius for that shit. I don't think he's a Satanist. I could think of some sick shit like that. You know, I don't think it was good TV. I mean, that's why Cactus Jack was making fun of it in ECW. You know what I mean? Remember when Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, was in ECW? Because I used to go to ECW back then when I was like 17, 16 years old. And he would wear the Dungeon of Doom shirt and go like this, you know what I mean? And the crowd, some of the crowd, would do, and Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie would act like Diesel and HBK. It was good. But Diesel and HBK were the clique. They were the shit. WCW, Dungeon of Doom, sucked dick. You know what I mean? But, just a lot. Tomorrow, it's going to be a big thing is how to fix Brock Lesnar. How to fix the WWE. And, one of the things right now, it's a big problem. Brock Lesnar off for the rest of the year. That means he won't be at Hell in a Cell. He won't be at Survivor Series. He won't be at TLC. I can't. He'll be at Survivor Series. It's already, I've rumored, scheduled that, like I said, at Hell in a Cell, it's going to start out Ambrose and Cena in a cell now. I heard. Not a regular match. They're going to start there's going to be 3 Hell in a Cell matches at this pay-per-view in 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks from this Sunday. Yes, 2 weeks from this Sunday. It could be, no, it's 2 weeks from this Sunday. So, yeah. So we got, let me see, 14, we got 16 days. Okay, you're going to have Ambrose and Cena in Hell in a Cell. Cena is going to put Ambrose over. He's got it, because Ambrose is the future. He's got it over Roman Reigns, and I think Roman Reigns knows that. Now, Roman Reigns has still got that opportunity where he can come back. He's got time off. He's not due to return until TLC, maybe after TLC. They're talking maybe not the Raw after TLC, the week after TLC. So, and now they're talking, well, maybe we'll just leave it a surprise, let him get warmed up, let him really get in shape, and he'll be a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble. Because right now, he is still, and I look on the line, the favorite to win the 2015 Royal Rumble, which I'm going to, and as I say, our Royal Rumble. Philadelphia's Royal Rumble, January 25th, 2015, at the Wachovia Center, right down the street. You see, if you go outside my house, and you go right down there, right down the hallway, and you go out, you know what I'm saying, 95's right out there. You hop on 95, you go down, you get off, you see the Walt Whitman Bridge, you get off, you see Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies play, you see the link where the Eagles play, the Eagles will win Sunday. That's to the Rams and all the St. Louis fans. You're nothing to me, St. Louis, until Survivor Series, until you host that, okay? And WrestleMania 34. What do you call it? Because it'll be in Edward Jones now. That's the site of WrestleMania 34. But tomorrow's show going to be great. D-Mac back with me. It's going to be how to fix the WWE. A lot of good reason. I'm still waiting for Speed Force to come out. The New Nation with Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods. Rumor R-Truth's going to join it too. I don't think Titus O'Neil is going to join it. And I definitely don't think that Mark Henry's going to join it. I mean, you can't, like I said, you can't have every black dude join the New Nation. I mean, you can. But then, it's going to look racist. You have every black guy in the New Nation. Come on. I mean, it's Speed Force. What kind of name is that? Is that really going to happen? Speed Force. Sounds like Strike Force, which was, remember Strike Force? Girls in cars. Tito Santana and Rick Martel. Turds. For real. I remember watching them in like 3rd grade and being like, these dudes are dorks. Look at them. Like thinking they're cool in their tight-ass shirts. Driving down some road in Cali somewhere. Like Rick Martel. First of all, we know he's a faggot. You know what I mean? I mean, the tights he used to wear. I mean, come on. I mean, purple tights. Purple tights. I remember he had that blindfold match with Jake the Snake at WrestleMania 7. Just, a lot going on. Just a lot going on. But this is Joey G. This is my view. It's my view. My Friday view. That's the name of this show. Joey G. Friday View. So, like I said, the Goat-Faced Thriller is returning at Survivor Series, and Joey G, this is Paul Levesque, Stephanie, Marie McMahon, this is always, are all my applications to be the head of creative. And tomorrow you will hear how to fix the WWE. And I will give a good show on how to fix the WWE. Very good ideas. I don't have the answer, but I mean, I got a lot of good ideas you'll like to see tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace. Joey G, the best ever. I'm out. Peace.